guys, Tim here.
And I'm Anna.
Geeked Up Gaming Review Group. We're going to bring you guys a review of Sail to India by Hisashi Hayashi, if I pronounce that correctly, the same creator of Trains, the deck builder. This is not a deck builder, so we know that he does a lot of AEG games. I've seen his name a lot repetitively. There is another deck builder that we are looking at currently also, but it is not by him. So
AEG though.
But it is still AEG, yeah. So this is Sail to India. It says it's a game of exploration and trade. It is, and it's also a management game where you're going to keep track of your cubes and how you use them.
Yeah, what you do with your cubes and when.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and show you guys the box, and we'll have Anna go through the components and everything. And we will show you what we can of the back of the box because they put a sticker on it covering most of the back, but we can give you kind of an idea of what it looks like. So we'll go ahead and go over to the box.
Alright, so this is the box. It is pocket size, but as Tim pointed out, don't put them in your pocket, it's going to hurt. Here's the back. They put the reviewer copy sticker on there, so you can't see this part, but it's a typical AEG game. You can read what it says, or if you, well, yeah. your box will. There might be
a piece of artwork behind that sticker that we don't know that's there, so we apologize, we cannot show you that. I don't think that AEG realized we were going to do a video review. They thought we were going to do a written review, so that's why the sticker is on the box.
I think they might do that for any review. Here is the rule book. It is how many pages?
Oh, I don't know.
19 pages. They're pretty simple to read, very easy to understand, and here's your trading chart, and it has all that in here, but you also get cards that have...
Oh, but there was something we wanted to point out about the rulebook since that we're talking about it right now.
That's not this one.
Oh, it's not this one? Okay. Never mind.
This was a good rulebook.
This was... Okay. That's the rulebook that made sense.
Never mind. You get these cubes. I don't remember how many per person, but they're each colored.
You get one for your...
No. Yeah, you get 5 starting.
You get one to start on Lisboa, which is this. You're going to get 3 to start on technology, but we'll go through that when we get to that.
Each color represents a different player's cubes. And then we have big cards. They're not tarot size cards, but they're like longer. And they're really, really cool. I mean, there's no other size cards in here. Here's Lisboa. This is where you start off. And then you have 3 cards here that have different technologies you can purchase into. And then here is each player's turn card. It tells you what you can do during your time and reference. And then this has your trading chart. So you know what points you're going to be getting. And then here is like your turn order and stuff like that. We find we don't really reference anything much but these things, really, so we kind of keep them on that page.
Yeah, once you decide turn order, pretty much once you learn the game, it's... I mean, it's like any other time you learn any game. It's you don't have to use reference sheets anymore.
And these, each player gets a this tracks your VP, your victory points.
Yes.
And then each player gets this. It tracks how fast your ships can go, how much gold you have, and how many scientists you have to spend on technologies. And then there's 3 cards that you start off with. Oh, if I can keep them in line.
It suggests that you do these 1, 2, 3. They're labeled in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yep,
in the ocean part of the card. That is for your first game of playing it. They want you to set it up like that. I don't know why. I think that you could really actually play the game with it all randomized.
Yeah, I think now that we understand the game, we'll probably go randomized. But the cards are beautiful artwork. They're nice colors. And there's not too many, and you shuffle them up, and we'll show you how the game plays. And it's really, really a neat little game. And we have... Anyways,
so
we'll get into that later.
We'll go ahead and go over to the gameplay, and we'll show you just a small gameplay because
it's a 3-player, and we only have 2 people.
Yeah, and we only have 2 people, so we can at least show you a couple turns. We just can't show you how it plays correctly. So this is how the game will kind of look, but more spaced out, obviously, because you're going to be playing on the table. And this, you will actually have every single card out here. But for showing you guys purposes, this would actually stretch all the way across my table. So you would play all of these cards face down across the table. Because as you hit this card, yeah, they would be side by side. So it would look like this all on down. So, but we have enough here to show you. We have one card that's upside down just to show you how that will work. So basically when you're setting up your cards here, you're going to start with 2 gold, as everyone does. So I'll put 2 gold. Anna gets 2 gold.
What?
And then the third person would get 3 gold. The fourth person will get 4 gold. Right? Yes. And then you will take 3 of your stock cubes and put them on technology. And then you will also put a marker on the first speed for your boat. So it'll look like this. If you guys are wondering why my nails are painted, Anna needed to practice because she's going to school for hair and nails and all that stuff, so that's to answer that question, if you were wondering. And I just swing that way. Anyways. It made me feel a little piratey. Anyways. You're also going to take one of these and start one on Lisboa. I will let Anna go first.
Basically you get 2 actions every turn. And your actions are, you can either employ a marker, move a ship, sell a trade good, build a building, acquire technology, or increase ship speed. And you can do things twice. And when you move ships, you move them all at the same time. When you sell them all at the same time. And when you acquire those, you get them at the same time. Anyway, so my turn, I'm going to use 1 gold to employ one of these, and then I'm going to move. And I can only move 1. So that puts me there. And that's my turn. And now it will be Tim's turn.
And we have how many actions per turn?
2.
Okay. You probably said that, I just did not hear you.
I did say that.
Because I was trying to remember in my little login. Okay, so I will actually... I will not employ any. I will go ahead and move my ship 1, and then I can move it another as my second action. Just 1 speed. So now I am here at the church and whatever that is called. I do not remember. It's like that place where they have all the market. I was going to say all the little markets. And
okay, and so now it's my turn. And then I am going to, well, I have 1 gold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move into these 2 things, and then I'm also going to sell them. That's my second action. So I have 2 different resources. I have the diamonds or gems, and then I have coffee.
Yep.
And so you go to the chart here, and you find that you have 2.
yeah, so she has types of gold, 2 types of gold. Then she would get
research.
2
goods.
wealth. Types of goods, I mean. She would get 2 wealth and 0 VP.
0 VP. Yep. So that, and then my 2 things that I sell go back to Lisboa.
Yes.
And that will end my turn.
And I will actually get to do something for free that we have never used before because we don't really pay attention. But if you get these early in the game, they're going to help you with these, and they will help you with these. But if I put my marker here, and I claim this, and I don't have to pay anything because it's 0 gold, no one else can put their marker on that. So it's almost like a race to the first one to get the technology to help you, and that's going to help you out here on the map. Now, we played a game where Anna went straight for VP, and she had like 6 markers at 5, which were her historians. When you start getting VP, you have to take one of your markers and it becomes a historian. And however much gold you have, it's going to get on here, and you're going to have those as bankers. When you run out of gold, this cube will actually go back to Lisboa, and then you can reinstate it as a marker to be a banker later. So you have to remember, and I've ran out of cubes because I'll put them back in Lisboa and I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to get gold next time. And I'll have 3 ships come out, but then when I go to get the gold, one of those ships turns into a banker. Because when she turned these in and they went to Lisboa, if she was to acquire gold and didn't have a marker, one of those ships would have turned into a banker in automatic, and she would have only been down to 1 ship. So really, like, paying attention to where your cubes are at is a big deal. And then your technology, you only get 3 for the whole game. So like that cube, I can never get it back. And I don't think that we've ran into anything that says that I can get that back in any way, shape, or form. Actually, there's a way to get these markers back that are on these, but there's no way.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's a special thing. I think it's out here in the technology, and it lets you turn everything back into ships. But then you would lose everything that you had locked down. Like if Anna or I go here, that's a resource that's locked, and we get to use it for the rest of the game.
And you can see it's a market, and it will have the picture of the resource that you're using.
So the first time we played this, her brother Brett actually had locked down 4 different resources, and when you cash those in, your cubes don't go back to Lisboa; they stay there. So every turn he could automatically get 4 gold, which would also accumulate him 1 VP point every turn, and then those eventually stack up. But I did my 1 turn. What I did was I paid no gold, and I got metal, whatever that says. And it says, when you acquire technology, pay 1 less wealth. So everything is now down to 1 less gold. But I can't acquire that again. I can only do it that 1 time.
And no one else can.
Right, and no one else can get there. So I'm the only one that can pay less. So that makes me special. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and move my cube to... Actually, you know what? I will go ahead and buy this. And to get these, you will pay 2 to get into these spaces. You only pay an action to get in here. You don't have to pay any gold, but you have to pay 2 gold to get into one of the parts of the cities. These are your strongholds. These are your churches. These are your markets. And I think that's the only 3, isn't there? Is there another one?
Nope, they're right here.
Yeah, the strongholds, marketplace, church.
And strongholds, basically, when you launch from one of your strongholds, not from Lisboa.
Right. And then when I paid my 2 gold, that put me at 0. So this banker turns into an employed cube. It's not anything now. When it's in Lisboa, it's nothing. It either becomes a ship, it'll become a banker, it'll become a historian, and that's it.
Now, I'm going to increase my speed, and that costs me 2. And then I'm also going to buy a ship. So what I'm do is this takes my gold, it goes to Lisboa, but I bought a ship, so that gives me 4.
Right.
But I don't have any gold, so whenever I need to get gold or I'm gonna get gold,
one of those ships will turn into a banker.
Right.
But right now she's standing at 4 ships. She could go and hit these 4 different resources because she's at speed 2. So she could go with 2 here. Well, you would have to come all the way out to that 3rd card for the different resources.
It's your turn now. We find the game moves so smooth. With 2 actions, I mean, and you pretty much can plan what you're gonna do before.
Yeah.
So.
And we usually don't hit speed 3 until the end. Another thing that how the strongholds work is kind of cool, because if you own a stronghold, you can actually deploy from there, from that part of the ocean, because that's the piece of land that you own. You cannot do that with the church or the marketplace. But the marketplaces, they give you the bonus there. The churches are going to give you 2 VP at the end of the game instead of the 1 that everybody else gives you. But the strongholds and the marketplaces are the places to be early in the game. I played a game where I went straight for the churches, and then I came up here and got the technology that doubled their VP value. And it ended up working out okay. I came in 2nd, but I only came in 2nd by 1 point. And I also had bought something else that gave me 3 VP at the end. If I did not do that, Anna was actually going to buy it right after my turn. Because she actually went to go put her cube, and then she looked and she's like, when did that get taken? So like right now, if I cash this in...
You can't.
Which...
Oh.
No. Yeah,
it's
I can
one.
cash in. It becomes... It's a
gold.
1 gold, so I'll get 1 gold. Now, my only ship becomes my 1 gold banker. So this is going to mark my wealth. And the way that I play it is I try to keep it only 1 banker, because I'm never going to need any more than 5 gold to accomplish at least one thing. Because you can see these are 4. 3s and 2s, 2s and 1s and 0s. It only costs 2 to get in here. It's only going to cost a max of 4 to get up to 3 speed. But you can't just pay 4 and go to 3 speed. You have to pay the 2, 1 action, and then pay 4. So at some point I may have needed 6, but I don't need to go that fast, this quick, and this early. I'll let you go ahead. It's your turn.
That was only 1 action, wasn't it? You just sold.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, you have 1 more action.
Oh, well then we'll just do this. I'll pay the 1 gold, and that goes back because I have no more gold, and then I'll get a ship. So now I'm back at 2 ships.
And I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So she has a speed of 2, but she can split her fleet to stop at 1 card, and then the other 2 can take the full 2 spaces. And then she could use...
And I'm going to convert into goods. And that is my turn.
I guess either way you would have went. You would have had to have waited 2 turns to get your gold anyway. So I guess you would go here and then up, and then you Either way you would have had to wait.
I'm not worried about waiting.
Yeah. So I have no gold, so I can't make my speed go up. I can't buy anything. The only thing I can do is move my ships, and then move my ships.
Okay. You could have sold that, but anyways.
Yeah.
My turn is going to be that, and then that.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason she did that is because if she has this marked, and let's say she marked that, that counts as one good, because it's the same thing. You have to have 4 different ones to get the 4 gold. And then that would also put her at 1 VP, so she will have one of those guys turn into a banker,
Well, not this
and one turn into a historian in your next turn. So, knowing how that's going to turn out, that she's going to lose 2 cubes, not really lose them, but one's going to become a banker, one's becoming a historian, you can play that against her ship fleet, or her number of ships. But, anyways. Okay, so I'm going to go 1 as my first action. And as my second action, I can move to this card, I just can't flip it yet, right?
One of them.
Right. And the reason I'm doing this is this isn't how I would play, but to show you guys how the game works, I'm going to go ahead and just get my ships out here to show you how to get there. So you would only be able to put 1 fleet here. Now if she wanted to come here, she could not. She has to wait till I flip that card.
Now I'm going to sell goods. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's 4 VP. I mean 4 gold, so I take one of these guys there and 1 VP.
So this became a historian, and then this one became a banker.
Right. And like Tim said, well, actually I'm going to, as an action, what's the one I always get that I like? This one, I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3. When you sell trade goods, gain 1 additional wealth.
Yep. So she took technology and put it on that cube, or on that block.
My action.
Yep. And now I cannot buy the factory block. That is hers, and she has monopolized the factories. So don't order any parts or break anything, because she will charge you outrageous prices. Okay, so as my action, I can flip this card, and the advantage of that is that if I had gold, I could jump into this space and have a second resource. The disadvantage is I don't have any gold. So, what I can do is I will just do this, and that is my 2 actions.
Okay. And then...
So, to clarify, when you do an action, when you have anything down here, if they're all ships, then you can do them all the ships as an action, and then putting them into their slots is all of them as one action. Or you can just pick the ones you want as an action.
And then I'm going to do that, and then going to do that, and then it'll be Tim's turn.
Yes, and now I will turn those in for 3 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2.
Nope, that stays.
Oh, that does stay. I keep forgetting. That one stays. So like this one I will get 1 gold, or yes, 1 gold every time if I want to claim it. And then, because I have 3, one's going to turn into a banker, and the other one turns into a historian. So now you can see I have no ships. So my next turn I have no choice but to spend my gold to get ships.
My turn, I'm going to sell these 2, which is 2. And then I have this factory, so that's 3. 1, 2, 3. And I don't get any VP that turn.
And this game is 3 to 4 players, but it's...
And then I'm going to...
Right now, it's actually, this is the first time we've done a 2-player run through it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually playing just like it would with 3 people. Mm-hmm. So if you want to play with 2 people, I would say you could play with 2 people. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's that bad. Other than you have 3 ships and I don't have any. But that's just because I was going to that card to show them that. That's what I was doing.
Oh, you're being a nice guy. That's why you're losing.
Yeah. Okay.
He always says he loses to the people he teaches to.
It's always that way. Okay, so here is my first action and then my second action, and then I'm going to put my 2 ships here. That's all I can do. I had to get my 2 ships.
And I'm going to sell. I mean, buy a ship. And then I'm going to buy a ship.
Yes. So, if I had no ships here, and I didn't have any gold, I would probably be stuck. I mean, I would have this guy. I could always get 1 gold, and that would give me 1 ship. But if I didn't have this, I would... Well, he would be a free ship because he would be stuck on the island. So I guess at some point I wouldn't be stuck. But we did have Brett where he was out of ships at one point, and he went to acquire gold. He wasn't able to get the gold because he had no available blocks to put into the banker. And same thing with VP. If there's no available piece here to go as a historian, you lose the VP. If you don't, or the gold, you don't. Or if you max out in gold, which there's no reason that you should have any more than at least 2 on here. If you have 2 cubes going up and down, I would probably max it at that as far as resource managing on that. And then your VP, usually if you're climbing gradually, you just need 1. Anna has played it to where she has like 10 of them on there, even though we don't get that many, but you know what I mean. I'm exaggerating. So I just take my turn then, right?
Mm-hmm. And the way the game ends is one of 2 ways. Mm-hmm. And this is what would be different for a 2-player. I don't know.
A 3-player.
Well, I mean...
As a 2-player, we could just play it as the first person to run out. Then it ends.
Once you run out of... 2 people run out of these things. And then that means it's over. Or... you make it to the last card.
Which is supposed to be India.
Right. Which...
So we'll talk about once you go through... Yes. So once you go through all of these, the very last card would be India.
And everyone gets a turn.
Theoretically. There's no card on here that says, I am India. It's just... Because usually you would take all the cards and just randomize them, but as your first turn, or your first game, they suggest that you do 1, 2, and 3. Which...
I think it's just evenly spread over.
Yeah, I think it's because they give you that 1 resource that's solid. And then it's 1, 2, 3... There's at least 4 different resources to start with. Is it me? Is that what we're waiting for?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I will... I'll move that one up. And we'll go here and here. As my actions.
And then I'm going to go 1, 2, and then my next action is going to be...
Okay, I see what you did.
And then that's my turn. Your turn.
So I'll just turn mine in for the 3. And so that would get me up to 4. Gives me 1 VP. And then... But you can't turn this in twice, right? We never looked at that. So that may be a possibility. But I'll just play it as I cannot take it twice for now. What I will do is... Well, I was going to buy a technology, but I don't think I will buy a technology. Yes, I will. I'll pay 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll give me a ship.
Oh.
Technology out to the eastern
I guess you're not
India.
allowed. You cannot only sell marketplace goods. You must sell at least 1 trade good by returning a trade good marker to Lisboa. So you can't play that way.
Oh, so you cannot play that as just 1?
Yeah.
Okay, so you must have another out here, which we haven't done anything illegally then, because we don't ever try to go for just 1 gold.
You did one time, I think. We haven't done that before when we played by ourselves, but
yeah.
Okay, and then
so if this is the only resource you have, you cannot just claim it by itself. You must have another resource down by the sea.
And I'm going 1,
under the boardwalk.
2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to sell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put these back here. That gives me 5 gold. And then
6 total.
6 total. You're right, because I get my factory. And then that gives me 2 VP.
Well, that puts you at 7.
Yeah, but 2 markers. One's 5, one's 7. Now it's your turn.
Oh, okay. I think I'll just take 1 more turn, and then you can take 1 more turn, and we'll cut it off there.
Okay.
But anyways. I don't have any gold. I guess we'll just go here. That's 1 action. And that's 2 actions. I'm still running at 1 speed.
And I'm going to buy this, which is 1, 2, 3, and that goes back there. And then this is pay 2 wealth to gain 1 VP, limited. Oh, yeah, thank you. To gain 1 VP once per turn, so I'm going to do that right now. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, and put those there. Actually, I'm going to do that. And that would be my turn.
So that is a small,
You
technically we did it incorrectly because it's only 2 people, but to show you guys how to play it all, we showed you everything correctly as far as how the turn would go.
Minus the 1 thing of selling that.
Yes, minus this. You cannot claim that as 1 by itself. You do have to have another resource down by the ocean.
And then the way you win is you all add up your victory points here and on the board. And on these technology areas, if you have something like that, or some of these will boost how much VP you gain, and at the end, and
yep,
that's how you total.
So we will go ahead and ship on over to our conclusion and what we think about Sail to India.
Well, our thoughts on the game is that this game is wonderful. It is small, fits in a very small box. It's retailed for $19.99. Go pick it up at your local game store. And it plays like a board game, but it's like all cards and little markers, and
yeah,
it plays well. It's fun. People can kind of block each other. Like Tim would get in like little areas and kind of hold up what resources I could get in this area, so I'd have to like move down farther. And it's like not screw your neighbor totally, but kind of. You can.
Well, there was 2 times, and we did it 2 times in a row, where Brett would go ahead and he would adventure on to the next card, and he would flip it and use his actions, and then my actions, because I had 2 speed at that time, I would move into that space as 1 action, or to that card, and then move into the zones to pay the gold and move into the zones and take the resources that were locked on the ground.
Yeah, and you kind of find a strategy that works for you. Like he said, it's a resource management game, very much so, but it's small. You can take it with you. It's not like taking a big box of Catan and stuff like that. And you're not trading with anyone on the game. The only thing that's off on this whole game is the name. It's called Sail to India, and I'm not sure where Lisboa is. We probably should have looked that up.
Yeah. The only thing is that I don't...
There's no India in there. And it's like churches, and it doesn't feel...
It was more Roman building structures and Notre Dame than
I was thinking Spanish.
what I was thinking of India. I mean, Sail to Spain, or...
I don't know, like, it just like
And I have no intentions of wanting to go to India for any reason.
I mean, that's not that, but the churches and the
structures they don't say India to me. They are more, I don't know.
The theme's kind of a little weird. I mean, it's fine. It's playable.
Yeah, the gameplay's fine. The name is not that appealing, is probably what I would say.
But it doesn't follow the theme, is what it's. I don't know what name would be better for it. Yeah. I don't know if there is a better name for it.
What I was gonna do is take a permanent marker and put NA on the end, so we can sail to Indiana.
But the lack of theme upholding would not deter me from playing this game again.
And it's not a theme-based game. It doesn't have to have a theme. It could have just been boats coming across the ocean, or it could have just been like...
It doesn't make it less of a game to play. It doesn't say, I don't want to play this game because it's called Sail to India.
We played it a number of times.
We like playing it. We choose to play it. I think it's going to be a new go-to to put in the backpack to take somewhere.
It does say it is the age of discovery, but...
I mean, you discover your churches, you can...
No.
You can establish...
Discovery, the age of it, like Christopher Columbus sailed the 7 seas and found stuff. He found a lot of stuff.
And maybe they put India because it's not overplayed in the gaming world. I mean... It's not. So, I mean, I guess that's a new theme. But it's a great little game. $20, pick it up. I promise you'll play it. You'll like it. I mean, I'm not going to guarantee that because I don't know you. But we'd like to know you. But anyways, pick it up. It's so fun. It's nice and...
Yeah, and it's still fresh. It was printed in 13. That was just last year. So it's not too terribly old. It is still new, and it definitely is something that will be pulled to your table. It's not something that you're going to get and it'll sit on the shelf.
I could see us taking this to Gen Con, putting it in our backpack, and playing it in the halls or something. Yeah,
this is definitely one of those that you can throw in your backpack. This is the same size as Throwdown, Maximum Throwdown.
It's their little pocket series, their love letter.
There's a lot of... Love letter came in the pouch, but the new one is in the pocket box. But it seems like a lot of games are going to these micro boxes. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. You can fit more in your bag and take more games this way.
Yeah.
I mean, to fit a whole game in this small box, and then just tote it around in your bag along with the other 30 small boxes you have, is better than taking a box the size of Pathfinder or Legendary, where if you are going to play Pathfinder, then I hope that only one of you bring the game and then the other 5 players just come with you. Instead of toting 5 copies of Pathfinder.
Tangents. Anyways, get it. We like it. We love it. It's one that we will keep on our shelf and in our backpacks. So if you see us at Gen Con, we'll probably have it with us, asked to play.
Yep. So I'm Tim.
I'm Anna.
This is Geeked Up Game Review Group, and this is AEG's Sail to India by Hisashi Hayashi.